Temporal Forces has been out for at least a month right now, so I wanted to take a look at the market data over the past month and see how well the sealed product is doing, and also how good are the singles doing on the TCG player market. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VMAT. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and joining all the fun we have here. Today we're going to be talking about Temporal Forces, one of the best sets, I believe, from the Scarlet and Violet era. If I had to rank them all, just a little quick ranking before we go into the market data, I would say 151 is the best. However, when it comes to booster box sets, like sets that actually have a booster box attached to it, I think Temporal Forces is probably at the top. Then for me, I'd put Paldea, Evolved a little below that, and then maybe Obsidian Flames. And the other few I'm not really super psyched on, to be honest. Paradox Grift, some people really love it. It's just not for me. And then also Scarlet and Violet, the base set, it might do well in the future, but as of right now, the market definitely thinks it's the worst. So the market's indication, and usually just indicators, I think, when you see them on TCG Player for selling less than $90 for the most part for a booster box, that's usually a bad sign. It's usually a sign that if it was either overprinted or that the market in general, like the Pokemon collectors and investors, I guess, if you want to call some of them, definitely did not enjoy that set. With that being said, why don't we take a look at Temporal Forces, starting off with the booster box here. Now, as you can see, it did have a bit of a drop in the past month or so. From April 9th, it dropped to about $98.18, sub $100, but right now it is sitting at $104.42, meaning that if you actually take the whole month in scale, it's only lost 0.06% in value, which means it's basically recovered from that massive drop in early April. Next up here is the Temporal Forces Pokémon Center Trainer Box. Now, this is the ETB that you can get exclusively on the Pokémon Center website. Now, it's actually went down by 18.23% in the last month, and it's been kind of on the steady decline, which is very interesting. I always thought that the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes were very collectible, but honestly, ever since Scarlet and Violet, and even some of the Sword and Shield stuff, the ETBs aren't doing as well as they used to. Like the old XY ETBs and the Sun and Moon ones, they really skyrocket in price. Like they are doing really well on the market and they're holding really strong. But I do think they're overprinting or at least overproducing ETBs even on the Pokemon Center website. So it's on the decline, but it wouldn't surprise me if it stabilizes in the next few weeks, because the next set is at the horizon. It's very, very close. So once the new set Masquerade comes out, I think these will probably stabilize as people will put their attention more towards the new set. Next up here is the other Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. Now, this is the Iron Leaves version. It's actually down 18.19% over the past month. It's sitting at only $67.46, so less than the other ETB from the Pokemon Center website. Kind of wild, but if you look at like the 3-month trend, if you're looking at pre-sale prices, it looks way more dramatic, dropping at 52.42%. Next up here, we have the Iron Crown EX. This is the most expensive single card from Temporal Forces, very reminiscent of the Moonbryon. As you can see in the background, you have that moon kind of he's like a silhouette almost at the front. Really cool. I love the artwork on this. I don't think it's ever going to get anywhere near the levels of Moonbryon. Unfortunately, if you are hopeful of that, I just don't think it's going to happen. I definitely think it's going to be over $100 someday. But right now, it's sitting at $79.27, so it's lost 1.26% of its value over the past month. Next up here is Morty's Conviction. I love this supporter card. I love this trainer card. I love the fact you got Gengar there taking up like a third of the card. Just absolutely incredible. I love Gengar, and I'm hopeful to see more Gengar artworks in the future, at least within the Scarlet and Violet era. Now, it actually is one of the only, if not the only card that's up from its price a month ago. It's sitting at $60.36, meaning it's actually went up by 57.11% over the past month. Now, it started the month around April 4th, and it was sitting at about $38.42, so it's pretty wild. It's gained about $18 in value roughly. So next up on the list is Raging Bolt EX. Love the artwork on this one as well. In fact, I like the colors on this one more than the Iron Crown. I don't know, maybe I'm alone in thinking that, let me know down below in the comment section. But you can still get this card right now for $56. So it's lost 21.86% of its value over the past month. Now, April 4th, it was sitting at about $71.65. Next up here is Walking Wake EX, another beautiful card with beautiful artwork. It's actually down 13.92% this month. It's sitting at $44.82. It started the month at about $52.07. Next single on the list is Gouging Fire EX, which is the beautiful Entei artwork EX. Now, this is Entei in the future, right? So it's down 20.17% over the past month. It's sitting at $44.24. And around April 4th, it was sitting at $55.42. Now, the last single here is Iron Leaves EX from Temporal Forces. It's actually down 18.60% over the month, sitting at $39.60 right now for its market price, and a month ago sitting at $48.65. So it's lost around $10 of its value. So on the decline, yes, but remember, this set still just came out. We're not even onto Masquerade yet. And once the attention, I believe, goes towards Masquerade, you might even see some of these cards dump even further. But I do think a lot of them will stabilize because it's beautiful artwork. And Temporal Forces did have reduced print runs compared to the earlier Scarlet and Violet sets. So I do see these stabilizing at some point in the near future. And with that being said, like when it comes to singles, Temporal Forces, they're doing way better than previous Scarlet and Violet sets. I think they're holding very well, even though it looks kind of dramatic based on the prices declining. But some of these prices are pretty close to like pre-release and pre-sale prices, which are always a bit inflated. So something to take into consideration, definitely, for sure. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and let me know down below in the comment section, what is your favorite card from Temporal Forces, and do you think it's the best set from the Scarlet and Violet era? I'd love to know your opinions about that down below in the comment section. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.